It's the Financial Fundamentals Show with your host, Alec P. Tuckman, fiduciary financial advisor. He is the son of two award-winning economics professors. His brother is a day trader. His uncle, an entrepreneur. His grandfather ran a successful foundation. He's been learning how money makes money since he was in diapers. Today, you'll learn some of the most important financial information and wealth-building techniques available. And now, here's your host, Alec Tuckman.
Well, thank you, Deep Voice Guy. Hello, listening audience. Welcome to the Financial Fundamentals Show with Alec Tuckman, advisor, and Robin Roth, comedian extraordinaire. We are demystifying finance one podcast at a time and having a darn jolly time doing it in the process. Consider this the stuff they should have taught you in school, but didn't. Today we'll be talking about retirement accounts. What are they? Who uses them? Why do they exist? Why are they here?
Wow, so existential.
Plato has nothing on us. You know them. We've all heard about them. Retirement accounts. Those enticements to stay at your job that you loathe. Well, it's no accident. You see, your employer has trained you. They've invested money in you, time, lots of man hours.
Hold on, let's drop the pronouns. Okay, how about people hours?
Sure, people hours.
Thank you.
Equal opportunity slave drivers, if you will. They want to keep you at work doing your job as long as humanly possible.
Yeah, just chained to my desk. And more hours than ever now that I work at home.
Putting on the old COVID-15, are we?
Right. More like the COVID-20. Or 30 in my case. Shh.
Less gym time, too much Netflix time.
Oh, Money Heist was pretty good.
Indeed. Anywho, some of the ways that they do keep you there is offer you health insurance, medical insurance, dental insurance, maybe even vision if you're lucky. Something with tiger stripes, perhaps?
Oh, my man digs that look. It's all about the right glasses. Maybe someday I'll get lenses for the frames.
You would have to learn the Dewey Decimal System to go with that look.
Oh my God, the Dewey Decimal System. Yes, I remember that. It's like coming back to an old friend. Although I always wondered who this Dewey was. Although I can probably look that one up. And now, the millennials only have Google.
Yeah, and no encyclopedias. Remember those? Remember having to actually go and look things up when your parents said, hey, just go look it up.
Yes. No encyclopedias and no encyclopedia salesman knocking on your door and no Dewey Decimal System and no Dewey. What are we, 100 years old?
No Dewey. Who was that illustrious Dewey? Do libraries even offer benefits to their employees? I think they do. I seem to recall that in some conversation with some client way back when. Trying to think if I had any librarian clients or spouses of clients that were librarians or someone I may have helped along the way. I wonder if they get HSAs.
HSAs. Huh. As in, hairy, sassy aroma. Hot scientific answers.
Not even close. HSAs. We should really talk about that one on its own special podcast.
HSA. Wait, let me try more. Happy singing apples. No, hands swinging around.
You're on a roll. I could just give you the mic and let you run with it. But, take that ball and run. You're the acronym queen today.
Acronym queen. Oh, I got more. Harry, Sarah, Amanda. Like the old Elliot Gould movie. Oh, Bob, Carol, and Ted and Alice.
Nah. You're on your way. And I think if we stand here for another, hour or 5, maybe you'll get it. It actually stands for a health savings account.
Oh.
But you're close. HSA, they're one of those many tax strategies we may yet talk about in another episode. Spoiler alert there. Consider it more motivation to listen to our podcast. How do you love that?
Well, no one needs motivation to listen to us. We're that good.
Well, thank you for that. And here's that $20 that I promised you for saying that. But I digress. To me, in my opinion, as your humbled wealth advisor, out of all the enticements and benefits available from work, to me, your retirement account is probably one of the most important.
I'd have to go with health insurance is more important. Yeah, no.
Okay, noted. Yeah, you do need your health insurance, but I guess if I can give you that one. Let's just break this down. What exactly is a retirement account?
Oh, sorry. Are you asking me?
I am. You're like a deer in headlights all of a sudden.
Yeah, I'm like Cindy Brady in the episode when she freezes during a game show taping.
I missed that one. So what is a retirement account? I'll give you a hint. It's for your retirement.
Well, duh.
You see, once upon a time, back in the olden days, when you went to work, you worked at this job your whole life. Then you died in the streets at an early age.
Like Fantine in Les Miserables.
Exactly. And that got old real fast. So then companies had something called a defined benefit plan, otherwise known as a pension, that they just dangled in front of you to entice you to come to work every day and stay there.
Oh, that and free coffee in the morning, right?
Yes, God bless Mr. Courig. But companies went bankrupt taking care of employees and their pensions. So slowly there was a move in the private sector to the personal individual retirement account. Enter the 401k. And then we saw this shift of responsibility of retirement going from the employer to the employee.
And life was never the same again, was it?
Not really. And by the way, before we go any deeper into details about these accounts, understand that on a high level, a retirement account is sort of like a box, and you have to put assets in that box. Those assets can be stocks, they can be bonds, mutual funds, cash, even real estate. So when people say my 401k went down 45%, like it might have in 2008, they're actually referring to the assets inside the account.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yes, and my suspicion is you probably know a lot of bits and pieces of this information or anything else I'm talking about through this episode, and all I'm essentially doing is just connecting the dots for you. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that's absolutely the case.
Okay. And in talking about accounts, you really have three main categories, or we'll call them buckets of different types of accounts.
Buckets? Like Charlie buckets? Oh, as in buckets of money?
That's a bingo. You have individual accounts or brokerage accounts where you're taxed at the end of the year, meaning every year. They are also called non-qualified accounts.
Individual. It's such a lonely word.
Next to the number one. And then you have the two qualified account categories, tax deferred and tax free. Tax deferred refers to the account which has tax status where it grows tax free. But then when you take the money out, ideally after age 59 and a half, then it's taxed.
Seems fair.
Then you have the tax-free bucket, which is really post-tax dollars, meaning it's coming out of your bank account into that account, so you've already been taxed on the money. So the interest and dividends are tax-free moving forward.
Me likey.
So when we look at the transition of employers going from pensions to 401ks, the 401ks had both the employer and the employee making contributions, but the employer is no longer responsible after termination of employment, regardless of whether they are terminated leaving the company or if they retire.
Terminated. I have this vision of a robotic Arnold Schwarzenegger, like a boss firing weapons at his employees. Whoever came up with that word for being fired, I mean, it sounds so final.
Doesn't it, though? And speaking of robots and aliens...
Ooh, good attention-getting device. Pause for dramatic ambiance.
You like that? So the inventor of the 401k, Ted Bana, he's known as the father of the 401k, right? And it was created back in 1978. It was his creation. And he has issues with it. He said that he does not think it's an effective way to save for retirement. He himself called it a monster, thought it was too complex, it has too many options.
Why is it called the 401k? Was the 400k name taken by a really long foot race? Huh?
All the 401 name refers to is the tax code from which it comes.
And that was my second guess.
So then comes along the Roth. And when I say Roth, I don't mean you, Robin Roth. I mean the birth of the Roth IRA.
Oh, you know my uncle, Ira Roth?
Yeah, we do lunch on Thursdays.
Aha, so witty today.
Just today?
Every day, and 6 ways till Sunday, buddy.
Thanks. So the Roth is essentially post-tax dollars, meaning you've already been taxed on the money since it's coming out of your bank account again, so the interest and dividends are tax-free moving forward. We like tax-free money.
We live for tax-free money. Might be best kind of money there is.
We're definitely on the same page there. So a guy by the name of, Senator William Roth, I should say, is where the name came from. It used to be called an IRA Plus, but the idea was proposed by two senators, Senator William Roth and Senator Bob Packwood of Oregon, back in 1989.
Well, I guess Packwood got shafted. Was his name too racy?
Possibly. I know what you're thinking, and don't go there. Kind of scary how government tells you how to save your money and how she would invest, no?
Yeah, good old Uncle Sam. He was the eldest. Oh, then Uncle Ira, then my dad. The only uncle that never bought me anything for my birthday. I liked his outfit with the bow tie and all, but I didn't feel the beard or the wild hair. But really, the beard, it just didn't do it for me.
You like him clean shaven?
Well, yeah, in the artwork and the posters, he always had this intimidating look like he's disappointed in me or something because he's pointing directly at you and breaking the fourth wall. He's got this upset scowl like I did something bad or I never did anything bad to you. I don't even know you. Why would I want to enlist with a man who looks mad at me anyway? It's like he's so disappointed. Pointing is rude, Sam.
Yeah. Okay, so Roth, let's get back to Roths.
Copy that.
The best way to look at the whole situation is there's Roths and there's everything else. On one side, you have Roth 401ks and Roth IRAs, and yes, now you can get a Roth 401k at some companies, although it is a newer product and not all companies offer them. But there is Roth, again, and everything else. And everything else is being defined as 401ks, which are offered through, regular 401ks, which are offered through a private employer. You have SEPs and simple plans for self-employed individuals and business owners that may have higher thresholds. And in some cases, you can have 25% of your annual income up to $61,000 at the time of this recording as a way to invest in your retirement account.
Finally. I mean, other than cocktails, something to look forward to after turning 21, right?
Right, indeed. So you have 403Bs, which are usually offered to teachers and church workers by their employers. Then you have 457s and TSPs, which are usually for government employees. You did have certain retirement accounts like KEOs and SARSEPs, which stands for Salary Reduction Simplified Employee Pension Plans. How's that for a mouthful? But I don't see very many of those anymore. So even the KEOs, I haven't seen a KEO in a while.
Okay, so again, Roth's on one side, everything else on the other. The retirement account showdown. I watch people debating which is better online when I need to listen to something to put me to sleep.
Yeah, I've seen those discussions too. You got to just laugh at some point. They get really passionate and heated. They really just go off on each other. I'm like, relax, guys. It's a chat room and you're just talking about a retirement account. It's all good. Another way to look at it is, do you want to be taxed on the seed or on the harvest? The seed being the Roth, where you're taxed on a little bit of money at the beginning, versus the 401k or other tax-deferred plans, which are taxed on the harvest when you eventually take the money out in retirement, ideally on a bigger amount.
Harvest. I'm visualizing wheat fields right now.
With 401ks, your assets are growing tax-deferred, but you're taxed on the money when you take it out, usually after age 59 and a half years of age, to avoid a 10% IRS penalty. So you have more money growing tax-deferred, but you are taxed when it comes out, possibly at a higher rate based on where you think tax rates are going to go in the future.
Oh, for sure, higher, no? I mean, have you ever heard of taxes going down, like ever?
Very interesting question you posed there. They actually lowered tax brackets since World War II. You see, it spiked in World War I to pay for that first war. Then it spiked for decades to pay off World War II. That's when they were the highest in history. You want to guess what the highest tax bracket was back then?
What?
94%.
Whoa.
94. Can you imagine?
Well, what is it now?
It's 37%. Soon to be going up in 2025 to 39% when the sunset laws come into play.
Thanks a lot, Obama. Oh, hold on. That's a habit. Thanks a lot, Biden.
Then Congress. Biden can't just snap his fingers and make that happen. He has to push that law through Congress, and Congress has to pass the bill to raise the tax rates.
No wonder no one likes them. Didn't they have like a 15 or 20% approval rating? It's like really low, right?
So actually, the last time I checked, it was something like 18%.
Yeah, that's a hard job. I mean, being the bad guy and raising taxes, ugh.
Yeah, tell me about it. And just so you know, we are in some of the lowest tax brackets in the history of the United States. And knowing we have a $30 trillion deficit to pay off thanks to COVID and already high skyrocketing national debt, there may be more taxes in the future. So if you believe that taxes will go up, and I surely do, knowing we have to pay off our national debt, and assuming you qualify, a Roth for Miss Roth may be the way to go, again, if you qualify.
I qualified for the 100-meter run in high school. I can qualify for this.
Oh, and by the way, if we adjust for inflation, just so you know, the national deficit or the national debt hasn't been this high since World War II. Guess what was also high back then?
Cheech and Chong? JK. Taxes!
Very good. Look at the big brain on Robin. Good job.
Thank you. I want my gold star.
A gold star for the star?
Aw.
And you're sure you're going to qualify?
What do you mean?
Oh, Roths have a cap. So that essentially means you can only contribute up to $6,000 into your account at the time of this recording. Or if you happen to be over age 50, which I would never ask a woman her age, and I know you're probably not, you don't look over 50. But
God,
if you
I hope not.
were over 50, that gap would be $7,000. Also, if you're married filing jointly, you have other issues because the income threshold is, again, at the time of this recording, $204,000 to be able to even contribute to a Roth. If you are single, head of household, or married filing separately, I think it's something around $129,000 at the time of this recording.
Jesus, so many numbers. Why do they have to go and make things so complicated?
Well, the beauty of the 401k is it's easy, it's clean, it's payroll deduct. You don't think about it, it's automated, they take it out of your check for you, and you don't have to have that discipline that you need to actually sit down and cut a check out to yourself each year and make that contribution out on your own. Because your employer essentially is just taking it out.
So wishing I could make a joke there.
Keep it G-rated, please.
If only my man would take the dog out and be more like my employer, life would be good.
He doesn't take the dog out for a walk?
Yeah. And he won't let me park in his executive parking spot in the driveway. He's just been lazy lately.
Dogs rock, except for when you have to walk them. I might apologize to my own dog, Teddy, if he's listening. But the truth does hurt.
Yeah, especially when walking in the rain. They never want to go out in the rain, and he won't go in the rain. It's so annoying.
Oh, it's the worst, walking the dog in the rain. My dog just refuses. It's almost like he hears the rain going, and he'll just instantly do his thing inside. It makes me crazy. Anyway, on a higher level.
TMI.
Right, I know. TMI is like story of my life. So there are two basic types of plans on a higher level. We probably should have started this, but I'm kind of going all over here as I throw my thoughts around. There's what's called a defined benefit plan and a defined contribution plan. The defined contribution plan are the 401ks. The defined benefit plan are the pension plans. And pensions are great when you get them, but they can be mismanaged. Pensions can hit hard times. And just using an example, I can think back to, my parents had this issue, or my grandparents. Studebaker. Have you ever heard of Studebaker?
Think so.
As in the car Studebaker?
Mm-hmm.
Not your friend Studebaker.
He's a jerk.
He is. There could be bad pension challenges like Studebaker had. And that even led to government intervention so much that they created something called the ERISA Act, which now regulates pensions.
I got to get me one of them pensions.
In the 1980s, almost 60% of Americans had pensions. Guess what that is now? 7%.
Ooh, the times there are changing. This ain't your parents' retirement plan, that's for sure.
Can you please talk like that throughout the rest of the show?
I reckon I will there, little pilgrim.
To those of you who are the lucky chosen ones and do actually have a pension, congratulations. But they do seem like they're slowly going the way of the dinosaur, at least in corporate America.
Or the record player, but without a DJ, vinyl-loving, cult-following comeback.
Roths have been under scrutiny lately since they've been under some heavy hitters like Peter Thiel, not to name names, but who essentially put a startup in his Roth and then it took off. And the Roths are supposed to be they're a vehicle for, and by the way, when I say vehicle, I don't mean a car. I mean an opportunity for low-income individuals or people who are, the middle class in the eyes of Congress. And to them, Peter exploited, they see them as someone who exploited the system and worked that system to his own advantage. And he essentially sheltered a lot of cash that really should have been taxable.
Smart guy. Sounds like a hoarder.
He is, of companies and stocks. Can you imagine cleaning up that house? But now there have been rumblings that Congress may be looking at the Roth and possibly even rewriting some of those rules. Time will tell.
Bummer.
Were you planning on throwing your startups in your Roth?
No, but this Roth did have an idea for a startup.
What's your startup idea?
Oh, it's top secret. I can't say anything until we're further along, like going public. You know how it is.
Tippy top secret stuff?
Yeah, top secret stuff.
So, Robin, does this clarify a few things about the retirement account world for you?
Yeah, I was really confused.
You look confused. And you almost sound confused, too.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for clarifying all of that. I feel liberated by knowledge.
Of course, liberated is good. That's what I'm here for.
I knew there was a reason I kept you around. You earned your keep today.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, ladies and gents out there in listening land, that's all we have time for today. I hope you enjoyed our show. If you need help with anything financial related from, retirement planning, tax strategy, estate planning, risk management, investing, generating income in retirement, not outliving your income, you name it, give us a call. If we can help you, we probably know someone who can. We're very good at connecting people with other people.
Don't forget taxes.
And taxes.
See you in the future.
Well, not sure about that one.
Crystal ball in the shop.
Okay, that's my line. Check us out on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Click us, like us, review us, and subscribe there to this podcast this very second. Reach us at the office at 844-242-0073. Or check out our website at wmplainc.com or email us at info at wmplainc.com. Spelling this stuff out, it's just like, Okay, until next time, have a great day, everyone, and happy investing.
Happy investing, everybody. Woohoo!
Investments involve risk and, unless otherwise stated, are not guaranteed. Past performance cannot be used as an indicator for future results. Strategies mentioned may not be suitable for everyone, and opinions expressed do not take into account your particular situation or objectives. Before acting on any recommendations mentioned, please seek the advice of a qualified tax professional or investment advisor to determine whether it's appropriate for your specific situation.